Well, hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! I have just managed to recover somehow from the cough and cold. I still have like a little bit of a chest infection. So when I talk too loudly or if I breathe too heavily or take deep breaths, I start coughing. And you'll notice that in many of my reviews or recent videos where I have clipped, I have put so many edits, it's because I'm like coughing all the time. It's insane. Today I thought let me do like a review of, not a review, but like a compilation of edible gourmands. Like of late, like so many people have been releasing edible gourmands. It's crazy. It's like everything popping up here and there. It's all either toffee or biscuit or one of those. Now, there are few of the gourmands which I have that I can call them as pure gourmand because those are like the ones that you actually want to take a bite out of the person who wears it because they smell so like yummy and delicious. They either smell like biscuit or chocolate or creme brulee or toffee or cake or something or milkshake or something, like very, very edible. Which is why I thought let me just do 9 perfumes because I don't want to like put like so many perfumes and then people disagree. Already there are like one or two over here that people might say like it's not really like edible, like. But for me, like I would want to take a bite off a person who smells like this. So let's start off with the first one, which is fairly new in the collection, and that's the Eclaire by Lattafa. Now, obviously, this is like a toffee scent, which is supposed to be duping, and yes, it is like 100% duping. Bianco Latte by Giordani Toscan. Okay, I can't say it. I'll list it. Okay, here. And it's a stunning scent, no doubt. It smells very, very milky toffee kind of scent. Probably like has a little bit nuts also. Like I would expect it to have like some kind of hazelnut or something. Smells very beautiful. The only thing is the lasting power of this is not that fantastic. But regardless, if you want to smell like an eclair, the name of the perfume itself is Eclaire. Eclair is literally a candy that you get, a toffee you get from Cadbury's. It smells exactly like that. Like if you take a bite out of that, you'll be like it's the same. The bottle, it's controversial. It's cheap plastic. Plus, when I don't want to hold it from the top because it'll just snap off. It is cheap looking, but you know what? It's a novelty bottle. So I guess yes, some people would love it. I personally don't like it, but I applaud the fact that they dared to. What I don't like is minor quality control things that they need to take care of. Like just look at the font. It's all weirdly offset. Now I don't know if that was intentional because it doesn't really look intentional. So yeah, these are just like little things that I get naggy about with everybody, and I'm a little anal about it. I don't think that's the right word to use on our family channel. Anyhow, yeah, so I'm a bit weird about these things. So anything which is a little offset like triggers me in a bad way. Like I somehow want to just take it off like now, I just wanted to. Anyhow, let me tell you the notes for this. You guys must be like, oh my god, psycho. I haven't made notes for these yet. I have reviewed this like now. This is like the second time I'm actually presenting this perfume, and I still don't have the notes for it. The top notes for this are caramel, milk, and sugar. Middle notes of white flowers and honey, and the base notes of vanilla, praline, and musk. So although it doesn't have any nuttiness that I was talking about, but I don't know why. To me, it smells like quite nutty and like the hazelnut nutty, which is a nice hazelnut nutty. And yes, it is 100% dupe for Bianco Latte. I still have it here in front of me. Let me like do it again, although I've done this in my review earlier. But side by side, they literally smell like the exact same perfume. The only difference is Bianco Latte smells a little bit more, I would say, milky, whereas Eclair smells a little bit more sweet. This is if I'm being very nitpicky. Otherwise, literally the same perfume. The downside of this perfume, of Eclair, is that it doesn't last very long. Bianco Latte lasts 24 hours. It's not going to go off your skin. They both are delicious. Smell very nice. I'm planning on getting the Bianco Latte's full bottle. Let the prices come down because they're very, very like slowly coming down. And I'll wait for it to come down. Till then, I'll make do with the Eclair. I gave it a 9 out of 10, which is, I think, enough for it because I don't want it to give it a big head because it's copying another perfume. But yeah, it's a nice perfume. If you're okay with the price, which is not that much, it's like $35 or so. I bought it for $35. I don't know how much it is in your country, but it's fair enough. Like if the price is less, you don't expect like high quality. Plus it's a new perfume. So I'm assuming once it macerates and everything, it'll get thicker and better. and once it's matured, it'll be a stunning perfume. So that's the first one. If you want celebrities and stuff, go watch the full review. The next one I have is, let me do the new ones first and then move on to the old ones, right? So I have Caramel Cascade, which was supposed to also be a dupe for Bianco Latte, which was unfortunately not. So if you're looking for one of the other, go for the Lattafa version, right? So Caramel Cascade, if I'm mistaken, was like around $30 or less. The opening is so licorice. It smells like a bag of rice. When you open a bag of rice, like, you know how dusty the rice is and that smell you get? The opening is so strongly of that. Plus the perfume is 50% weaker than the Eclaire. I'm not comparing it to Bianco Latte. In the dry down, however, both Bianco Latte and Caramel Cascade become the same. On its own, this perfume is not bad. I personally cannot stand the rice note in it. But if you you don't mind licorice or rice kind of scents, you'll be happy with it. It does smell different. Doesn't exactly copy Bianco Latte. I'm going to give this like a 7.5. Let's give it a 7.5 because it's not a bad perfume. But you know what? Look, they have not claimed that they're copying this perfume, right? So that's why I want to give it credit and give it like 7.5. Once it starts lasting a little longer, I might reconsider and give it a higher point because in the dry down, it's a stunning perfume. But let's not compare it to Bianco Latte anymore, yeah? Because in my opinion, they're not even dupes to each other. The longevity of Caramel Cascade is probably like 3 hours or less. I think it's 2 hours. The projection is like 1 feet, really not projecting. No Middle Easternness. The notes for Caramel Cascade are top notes of caramel and milk, middle notes of tonka bean and honey, and the base notes of vanilla, white musk and amber. Since the trend is going on for this gourmand fragrances, you can appreciate it, but what bothers me a lot is that the longevity is like so bad. Like 2 to 3 hours is like, then it's not worth the low price, right? If you're gonna like end up spraying so many sprays just to make it smell a little bit decent on yourself, and then by the time you step out of the house and reach your destination, the perfume is gone, then it's not worth it for me. So you know what? I withdraw my rating. I'm gonna give it 7. Just because it's a good perfume. But let's go for the next one, which is new, which is again from Paris Corner. This is Qissah Delicious. Qissah Delicious. Okay, I just say it like that. This again is not very potent, but this is definitely a chocolate, but it is a orange chocolate. So since I love anything which is cherry chocolate or orange chocolate or something, instantly this caught my attention and I was like, yeah, this is something I'm gonna like. And lo and behold, when it came home, I loved it, While the projection, longevity and everything again is like trash. It's trash, like literally lasts maybe 4 or 5 hours. The projection is not even like half a feet, which is like pathetic. Like it creates like a very, very, very intimate scent. And it's more like a body mist, yeah? So yeah, I'll take a shower, I'll wear all this, I'll feel good about myself. And my husband, when he'll come this close to me, he'll be able to smell me. So probably it needs more maceration and everything, and maybe it'll change and, I'll be happier with it. Right now, I still love the perfume enough to give it an 8 out of 10. Although, not happy with the performance at all. But just because of the notes, it's like I just love the fact that they created an orange chocolate fragrance. Let me tell you the notes first. Top notes are dark chocolate, orange and whipped cream. Middle notes of coconut, marshmallow and jasmine. And the base notes of vanilla, soft woods and white musk. The dark chocolate is not really chocolate. So you can't really smell chocolate in this. So if you smell it, let me know. I can't smell it like as a chocolate. It's like a biscuity kind of thing for me. Like how I am perceiving it is like a biscuit, orange biscuit kind of a thing. So I can't smell the dark chocolate, but I do smell the whipped cream and the orange. It smells more like those sandwich biscuits that you get with the orange cream inside. Coconut is there, but like in a very, very, very minor way. Marshmallow, again, it appears as a creaminess. I do smell the jasmine, but it's so faint, so faint. Like if you really put your nose to it and you try really hard to smell the jasmine, you'll be able to smell it. Of course, in the base, the vanilla, softwoods and musk are definitely present. I think it's a very, very beautiful fragrance. If it reaches a point of maceration where it at least lasts 6 to 7 hours, even if it lasts 6 hours, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 because I absolutely love this fragrance. Because I find this fragrance like super attractive. I really like it. I haven't smelled anything like this that smells like, orange cream biscuit. I'll put a picture because we have one specific brand called the Tiffany brand, and it has like this orange biscuits. Had it a lot in my childhood. Actually, I still have it sometimes. You know, it's like a guilty pleasure. It's like a cheap biscuit, and then when you eat it, just reminds you of your childhood. But now I have it with black coffee, so not so childish anymore. I like this perfume a lot. So yeah, if you want like a gourmand, but it's like an edible biscuit which smells like orange cream, very stunning fragrance. I like it. Plus the bottle is pretty nice. You know, I really like this bottle. It looks a little fancy and everything. But yeah, just remember that this is going to smell like a body mist. Yeah, it's not going to smell perfumey. Next we have Nebras. Nebras is a bang-on dupe for Billie Eilish's number one, the perfume. It's a gourmand, but it has like a little bit of aromatic notes. The top notes for this are red berries and mandarin, middle notes of vanilla, cacao and rose, and the base notes of tonka bean, amber, musk and sugar. So I don't know where exactly the aromatic note is coming from, but I promise you that aromatic note is so prominent that you can't miss it. Definitely smells like either eucalyptus or frankincense, myrrh, or one of those, you know, like, or a combination of all that. You know, when you put a little bit of salt in a very sweet thing to cut off that sweetness, I feel they purposely added that aromatic just to cut through the sweetness, because otherwise this perfume would have become too overwhelming. A lot of people find this a little annoying because of that stark difference between like the sweet notes and this, but it's nothing like Nasheed. In Nasheed, it's like a very prominent one. Over here, I would still say that this perfume is like an edible perfume. Like you smell it on anybody, first of all, it smells upscale, smells very poshy. It doesn't smell like a cheap spray or something, which is why Nebras is always going to be a 10 out of 10 perfume in my collection. Once it finishes, I'll purchase it again. It's very unfortunate that during summer, I can't wear it over here, because over here the summer is really hot. And most of these gourmand fragrances are very difficult to use, which is why maybe Qissah, I'm kind of happy that it's not too overwhelming. I can use it. Same goes with Caramel Cascade. Same goes with Eclaire, you know. Same goes with Nebras. I cannot wear this during daytime. I have to wear this on an occasion, or if it's an indoor party or something like that. Regardless, Nebras, for me, it's an edible perfume. And forever it's going to be in my collection, because I consider this to be a 10 out of 10 fragrance. Now, let's do a little bit of controversial one, because you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? No, it is the Badiya. This is a creme brulee fragrance which has pineapple in it. So obviously for me, this is like edible, because first of all, it smells like pineapple creme brulee. Plus it has turmeric. All of that combined just makes you feel like it's a dessert, which is either like the turmeric milk I used to have as a child, or a creme brulee with pineapple, which has a little bit of turmeric for a kick, you know. Now, a lot of people do not like this fragrance because they find it really weird. Mine macerated for over 7-8 months now, or maybe not more, or maybe more than that. I'm not sure. I think it's been there with me for quite some time. And it's macerated into such a strong perfume. Initially, when I got it, I could barely smell it. First of all, the perfume bottle is so pretty. Kind of looks like the Musk Therapy perfume bottle, but it isn't anything like Musk Therapy. This is a beautiful fragrance. Now, doesn't really smell like creme brulee or pineapple or turmeric. It's something that's a concoction, and that's made into a creamy dessert. Like, I feel like it's something creamy. It could also possibly be a drink, you know, like a milkshake or something with like elements that are very surprising, and you drink it, it makes you feel cold inside instead of warm, despite of it having turmeric in it, which normally like makes everything warmer. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I just love it so much. It's very unique. Now this is a gourmand that I can wear during summer because it's fresh. It makes you feel cold, not hot. Let me tell you the notes for it. The top notes are pineapple and creme brulee. Middle notes of turmeric, cinnamon, black pepper and benzoin. And the base notes of vanilla, cashmere and sandalwood and moss. People have been saying that it smells like Kaidal Fursan Unlimited and Ani. It smells nothing like it. Personally, I haven't smelled anything that smells like this, which is why I think this is a brilliant perfume. And I wanted to put this in my gourmand collection because it's definitely smelling like a dessert that you've never had before. Again, this is like a 10 out of 10 fragrance for me. Next, of course, I had to have Casablanca. This is your apple pie fragrance, you know. Apple pie with like the crumbs, you know. So it's like a apple pie with the... No, apple pie does have the base, right? Or is that the tart? You know what I mean. Okay, this is like an edible gourmand. It is very, very caramelly, first of all. It's very apple caramelly. The opening is a little fresh, but little settle down, and then you'll see all the gourmand notes coming in. Within like 10 minutes, it becomes like super dark, super deep, and it just becomes like this stunning caramel perfume that I have used up so much of it. Like, I am obsessed with this perfume. I love it so much. I've been spraying this all over myself. And I can't wait to get my hands on the essence of Casablanca because it's even more sweeter than this. And I feel like when I smell that, I'm like, oh, I wish this one was like that. And now I prefer that one, you know? You know, when you think a perfume is perfect and then something comes along slightly like upgrading it, that's an upgrade. And I can't wait to get that. So when I finish this one, see now, settle down, and oh my god, it's such a beautiful fragrance. It's like 10 out of 10 again. There's no doubt about it. This retails for $55, but I know when it's on sale on Prime Day or something, you can buy it for much cheaper than $55. The top notes for this are apple and grapes. That's the initial brightness and freshness you get in the opening. But then you have your white woods, patchouli and iris in the middle, and the base notes of caramel, amber, suede, musk and peru balsam. Don't let the notes fool you. It's apple caramel. No. It does have like a little balsamic notes. It's much more than just a caramel perfume. This is one of those perfumes that like will be in my collection forever because I was absolutely stunned by it. Yes, when I first sprayed it, I was like, oh my god, this fresh grape and apple. And you know me with apple, it's like, oh my god, it's like a mental block now. It will never go away, probably. But as it calmed down, and I'm like, what is this fragrance? It's so stunning. I love it. I love it. And it does have like notes that are not listed in this, and I appreciate that because that mystery is still there. And I understand like the privacy, like brands, they do need to like have some kind of privacy. And Swiss Arabian, especially because their perfumes are quite unique, I understand if they would want to keep certain things under wraps, you know. The projection is insane, 3 to 4 feet, longevity like 8+ hours, amazing, no Middle Eastern vibe. This, again, I feel like it's meant for fall winter, but I would wear it anytime during the year, to be honest with you. I just love this perfume so much that it's always constantly on me, which is why I've gone through so much despite having so many perfumes in my perfume closet. Next, we have its sister, and I'm doing it very close to each other because I want you guys to know the difference. This is a Qasamat Ebhar by Rasasi. Now, although the notes sound similar and people do find them very, very similar to each other, this is an apple pie. On the other hand, this one is a lotus biscuit with some apple cream on it or something. The notes for this are green apple and lemon, so it's a little zesty compared to the opening of apple and grapes in the Casablanca. Then you have the middle notes of orris root, which gives it that powderiness, the biscuit kind of feeling. Damask rose, jasmine and lotus. Lotus also gives it like this powderiness, right? Base notes of vanilla, praline, tonka bean and musk. So no, they're nothing alike. I feel this one is very, very different. People ask me like, would you buy this one or this one? Both. I like both of them equally. I've used up both of them. You can see like how much of favorites they are of mine. It's insane how much I use them. And while they are very, very similar, they're in the same DNA, to my nose, they smell very, very different. I know exactly when I'm wearing Ebhar and I know exactly when I'm I know exactly when I'm smelling Ebhar and I know exactly when I'm smelling Casablanca on somebody else. So for me, it's very, very different. Yeah, for you guys, I would say like buy one or the other, depends. And then if you really like the DNA, then opt for the other one as well, because definitely you're going to like the other one as well. Ebhar is like, I think it comes in 60 ml only and it retails for around $40. So this again, you can get this perfume on discount on Prime Day or something. Try it out. On Fragrantica, this got 4.46, which is insane. It has no Middle Eastern vibe in it. Projection again is like, I would say like 3 to 4 feet, and the longevity 7 to 8 hours, easy. My rating for this again is 10 out of 10. Like, you know, like most of the gourmands, because I'm a very gourmand girl, so for me rating gourmands is very, very tough because I am naturally inclined to liking gourmand fragrances, and like most of these fragrances are my favorites except for the recent ones, which I need them to macerate and chill, and then I'll decide what to do with them. Guys, I had to shoot this part again because of the reformulation issues. So I have next the new Empire Victor. As far as I know, 2024 April was a reformulation date, right? This guy is your boozy vanilla bomb. I mean, think of all types of vanilla combined into one. You'll have your Victor Empire. Now I know it's been like confusing and everything. Just try to like wait till you have all the new formulas replacing the old ones in the market, and then you can purchase this one. Or if you can sample it somehow or buy it directly from Khadlaj's website, then of course you'll be safe. So if you don't want the old Banyadi Oud vanilla, which was the first edition, then you need to wait it out or somehow find out from your supplier if it is produced April 2024 or after. But this guy is, of course, like my oud vanilla was also fine with me. I love that. I know it's not for everybody because it is it's a very advanced, very potent oud, and it's not going to be for everybody. And I knew that from the beginning. Although it was a 10 out of 10 for me, I knew it's not going to be like for everybody. It's going to be polarizing only to people who don't get that fecal, who do not mind the fecal smelling oud. And I know it's not easy to wear that either, because like in certain countries, oud is not like perceived as like a note that people love, or it's not widely accepted, right? But this one, it's an easy peasy. You like vanilla, you like boozy vanilla, you like a adult mature vanilla that smells sexy. This is supposed to be a dupe for Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford, but I haven't put my nose on that one purposely because I don't want to like it a bit too much and then I want to buy it. Anyhow, I have this one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and like go and sniff it in one of the showrooms and see if it smells anything like that, right? But this is supposed to be a dupe for that one. So if you like vanilla, which is boozy, which is dark, like you actually feel this vanilla must have been maturing in a barrel for like ages and ages and ages. It has a hint of lemon as well, but it's very, very mild. So if you're expecting like devotion kind of, devotion is like the DNG perfume. If you're expecting it to be something like that, it's not. It's not your Italian gelato kind of thing going on. No, not at all. This is a very mature, dark vanilla. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top notes for this are vanilla, caramel, and lemon. The middle notes are jasmine, vanilla blossom, and cedarwood. And the base notes of vanilla bean, powdery musk, and sandalwood. So you can imagine how this perfume is going to smell like, right? Plus, you know what? Honestly, I'm not really getting the jasmine, which is very, very indolic or prominent. So it's there like as a white floral, but there in the background, just like the lemon, it's there in the background. But your prominent notes, of course, are vanilla, your caramel, your vanilla bean, powdery musk, and sandalwood. This is what I smell in this the most, along with cedarwood, which is like there in the background again for some woody base, right? Otherwise, it's like a vanilla bomb is what like everybody's been calling it, and it's true, it is a vanilla bomb. The price on Khadlaj's website is around $40, and I'm sure like you'll be getting it not more than $45-50. If it's more expensive right now, elsewhere, just wait it out and buy it a bit later, you know. I think this is a unisex. A guy can also wear it because it's a dark boozy vanilla. But I would prefer this on females, and for men, they would have to combine it with other perfumes, right? Like not just wear it on its own. Although I can see a guy like pulling this off, very like being very, very well dressed in a suit or something. For the weather, I would say I would prefer this in fall, winter. But honestly, I've been reaching for it like it's vanilla, you know. I wear it everywhere. The projection is like 1 to 2 feet depending on how much you spray. The longevity on this is, guys, it's insane. It's like 8 hours plus. It's crazy. 7 hours, I would say minimum, right? It'll project. After that, it's gonna stay on your skin and become like a scent bubble around you. So when people come really close to you, it'll smell like that. When Ali smelled this on me, I actually asked him, what do you think of this perfume? Because I had just taken a shower and on my warm skin and moist skin, I had sprayed this after moisturizing and everything. And I asked Ali, what do you think of this perfume? And he told me, I love it, but it smells lotiony. Okay, so this does smell a little powdery and like I guess that powderiness is what's making him think that it's lotiony, but it stays on your skin. Like I woke up the next morning, I could smell it on myself. My rating still for this is 10 out of 10. Now last but not the least is a perfume which a lot of people are not going to be happy about. This is Choco Musk. Just see the color of the bottle now. Like initially it was not this dark, right? This is exactly what the name is, Choco Musk. On Fragrantica, this is called 4.31. This is like a pure gourmand. This is like vanilla extract. Literally smells like that vanilla extract you have in your drawer and you put it in everything, in your pancakes, in your cake and everything. It smells exactly like that. The notes for this are vanilla, chocolate, musk, spices, cinnamon, amber, sandalwood, oriental woodsy notes, and rose. I smell nothing except for vanilla essence, to be very, very honest with you. Yeah, there is chocolate in it, and it's not a sweet chocolate. Like, it's like a chocolate and vanilla combination without the sugar part, you know. It does have sweetness, but I think the sweetness is coming more from the amber in the form of like a balsam, and the creaminess is coming through the musk and sandalwood. So yeah, like I do feel like this perfume has a lot of different facets to it, which people are not recognizing. This perfume is mostly used for layering. So if I want to add depth to any other perfume and I want it to become more vanillic and everything, I'll add this perfume. I'll layer it with this perfume. So this is like, for me, like if you're smelling like vanilla essence, I mean, it has to be like the epitome of like edible perfumes, right? So that's why I put Choco Musk in this. I know not everybody's going to be happy about it, but there's a reason why on Fragrantica also. Let me see how many votes it's got. It's 4.31 out of 723 votes. That's a lot. That's a lot, you know. So yeah, I'm not the only one who likes this perfume. I really like this perfume. I haven't used it much, which is like weird, but like when you need to spray it, like, I don't know why, for some reason, it just doesn't stay in my mind. I agree that the packaging is like quite crappy. There's nothing much to it. It's just like a, you know. Now this one, I feel, oh, I have an idea. Okay, let me spray this. And let's spray the Qissah and see what happens. I'm excited. Guys, okay, do it. Okay, the Qissah just became deeper and got that little bit more of chocolate that it missed, you know. Oh my god, try these two combination. Try a combination of these two. And I'm sure like a combination of this Qissah with a lot of other things. You know what? I don't know why I did not think of that. Okay, so Qissah with Choco Musk is amazing. Okay, this perfume just became like a layering perfume all of a sudden. Now let's see the Qissah. What am I doing? Why am I born like this? Let's do the Qissah with Eclaire. Okay, not too sure about this combination because they kind of neutralized each other. It's weird. Okay, not as good as the... By the way, can you see how much how much it has stained this strip? So be careful of the Choco Musk. It'll stain your clothes. Yeah, the Qissah and the Choco Musk is like amazing. Go for like Choco Musk, guys. After this finishes, I'm going to go for the oil because that'll be like easier for application. Although I do prefer the perfume, but the oil is like a little bit more concentrated and a little bit more strong than the perfume. And also the perfume, if it comes unmacerated, then I have to go through the whole process of like getting it like this deep and dark, you know. Guys, I know you had been asking me about this compilation for a long time. I'm glad I did not do it earlier because I would have added certain perfumes that you guys probably would not think of them as pure gourmand. I'm glad I did it right now because this is the season of gourmands. Although we are in like summer and for some reason we need to have fresher perfumes, but for some reason we are getting deeper gourmand fragrances of late thanks to the popularity of Bianco Latte and a couple of other perfumes. I was late, but I did arrive. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know, give me ideas of like videos, like compilations or, you know, things that you would like me to try. And I'm gonna try and do like a refreshed layering combo vote as well, and then you can vote on that. I will let you guys know once I put that vote because I want to do an updated layering video because we have so many new perfumes now. So my old layering video has become like quite old, yeah? So stay tuned for that voting system. Thank you for indulging me. Thank you for like bearing through my foggy brain right now. I know it's like a little difficult to watch me. Just watch me at 2x speed, you know, it'll be much faster. You'll get through the video like much faster and you will not get bothered by my mistakes all that much, you know, when I'm like actually forgetting words and stuff. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Until then, bye.